I want to ask you about Merrick Garland's testimony today before the Senate Judiciary Committee. He was asked a number of questions in regards to Hunter Biden and the ongoing investigation that's being conducted by the U.S. Attorney in Delaware. And during that particular testimony, he said it would be a national security problem if the president's son had been receiving payments from a foreign government as a means to influence the administration. Do you agree with that statement from the chief law enforcement officer of the U.S.?
We're going to continue to be prudent from here and not speak to any investigation that is currently underway by the Department of Justice. And when it comes to Hunter Biden, I would refer you to his personal representative. He is a private citizen, so I will leave it there.
Is President Biden aware of this leaked document that recently came out of the Richmond, Virginia field office that compared Catholics, conservative Catholics, to violent extremists? Several attorneys general have written a letter, and they say, quote, "Anti-Catholic bigotry appears to be festering in the FBI, and the Bureau is treating Catholics as potential terrorists because of their beliefs." Again, they wrote that in reaction to that leaked document. So my question is the president aware of that document? And what would he tell Catholics seeing these headlines who might be worried they're coming after us, the feds, because of our faith?
So I have not seen this leaked document. I've not spoken to the president. I haven't seen it, so therefore I haven't spoken to the president about it. So I just don't want to get ahead of that.
That Republican Congressman James Comer invoked President Biden's son, Beau Biden, over not being prosecuted, saying this U.S. attorney had an opportunity to go after the Bidens years ago. He goes on to say it was Beau Biden, the president's other son, that was involved in some campaign donations from a person that got indicted. So I'm wondering if the White House has a response to Chairman Comer invoking Beau Biden, and whether the president thinks it's appropriate that Mr. Comer investigate his deceased son.
No, it's completely inappropriate. And it's ugly, the comments that he made. And it says a lot about the chairman, which is not good, by the way. To make the statement that he did is incredibly ugly and inappropriate. That they want to do political stunts.
About the D.C. Council action and the likelihood that the Senate will send the president a bill that forces him to make a decision. Is it fair to say the president is at this moment undecided? Has he not yet decided what he's going to do?
I'm just not going to get into hypotheticals.
Let me ask it this way. There are two ways to look at the question. One is to side with the mayor, who said that the council's action went too far and she vetoed it. The other is to side with the members of the council who insisted on enacting it against her objections. Does the president decide where he stands? Does he stand with Mayor Bowser? Does he stand with members of the council?
So, look, what I can say, so as it relates to D.C., I'll say this, and the president has been very clear about this. We think that we must do more as it relates to more D.C. more broadly, and the president has said this as well. It's a clear example why D.C. deserves statehood. Right, and that's something that the president has called for since the campaign.
The labor secretary pick, Julie Su, while she was a labor secretary of California, the state lost between $20 billion and $32 billion in unemployment insurance to fraudsters. Meanwhile, 5 million people had benefits delayed and 1 million people had them wrongfully canceled. Is the president concerned that this will impact her getting confirmed?
So a couple of things, because we got to put this all in context of what was happening at the time. Look, she believes in safety nets and need to be strengthened. That is something that she indeed believes in. And
does he think she can be confirmed?
Oh, absolutely, yes. She thinks that the Senate should confirm her, and she is the right person for the job.
Environmental factors. Can you elaborate on what that might mean and what else you're doing to try to pinpoint exactly what caused it?
So a couple of things. So look, nothing is more important to this administration, to this president, than the health and the well-being of our workforce.
Follow up on that. Is the president satisfied with that report, with that assessment on the McMahon syndrome?
Look, I'll say this. What's important to the president is that we take this very seriously, as the intelligence community has. And so that's what I would say. There is a commitment there to make sure that we make sure that there is a safe workforce for folks who are working for the U.S. government.